Hello and welcome to the Fighter's Take, brought to you by BetDSI. My name's Hollywood Joe Tussing, former pro fighter, MMA coach. I'll be your host. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we are watching Volkan Oezdemir taking on Anthony Smith, UFC Fight Night, and we got a banger of a main event with an upset win by the underdog Anthony Smith. But before we get to that, take a look down in the description. You'll find a link over to BetDSI. Follow the link, sign up for an account. They will match your first deposit up to $500. That's $500 free money from BetDSI. So, the main event, UFC Fight Night, Volkan Oezdemir, the heavy favorite, taking on Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith, 30-13. He's coming up to 205 from 185 through most of his career, and he's looked very good. Volkan Oezdemir, 15-2. He has looked great in the octagon, except his performance against Daniel Cormier. But in this fight, it started out looking like Oezdemir had everything under control. His power and his strength really seemed to give Anthony Smith a lot of problems. He caught Anthony Smith with a good punch, just clipped the back of his head right at the beginning of the fight, rocked Anthony Smith, kind of chased him around a bit, but Smith was able to get his wits about him. The first round was just Volkan Oezdemir beating on Anthony Smith from range, and Anthony Smith trying to just counter-strike and stay on his bike, stay back out of range of Volkan Oezdemir. In the second round, Volkan Oezdemir pressed a little bit more, was able to get Anthony Smith down to the ground. Volkan Oezdemir just seemed so much stronger than Anthony Smith. It looked like it was going to be a short night for Anthony Smith. But in the third round, there was a shift in the tide. Anthony Smith started to really land his right hand. He was timing Volkan Oezdemir stepping in. I think he was playing possum in the first and second round. And in the third round, he timed Volkan Oezdemir, caught him with a bunch of good punches, and then got a very nice shot, got Oezdemir to the ground, got to Oezdemir's back, and sank in a very tight rear naked choke. Oezdemir didn't look like he fought the hands very well. He got the top hand off, but Anthony Smith was just able to slide the other arm underneath the chin deep and got the rear naked choke finish over Volkan Oezdemir. An outstanding win for Anthony Smith. He's who I had in this fight, so it's good to see him come away with a win in the heavier weight division. I think 205 suits his skill set a little bit better, but he does have a problem with the strength and the power of people like Volkan Oezdemir. He even said that in the octagon in his interview after the fight. So big win for Anthony Smith. He is moving up in the rankings for sure. Volkan Oezdemir will definitely fall by losing to Smith. Great night of fights. I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget, if you follow the link in the description over to BetDSI, they will give you $500 when you sign up for an account and make your first deposit. They'll match you up to $500. You can't beat that. Free money from BetDSI and a great night of fights. It's been a good one, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you soon.